Hi guys, welcome back. It's me, Hannah. I'm here to talk to you guys more about some chocolate. So today I wanted to do some fun facts and some science facts. Uh, Let me just start off by saying, please fact check me. I have studied this a lot, but if there's something that you can add or something that, like, numbers I got wrong, feel free to comment and tell me, always. But aside from that, let's get started. So I want to start off with something kind of fun that I just recently found out. So in the Willy Wonka movie, the chocolate river that is in there. So they do actually put like a chocolate, they make like a chocolate milk, but with water, like adding the chocolate powder to water, and it's made with 150,000 gallons of water, and then they added the chocolate milk powder to it, and like after during the shooting it ended up going rancid because of how long it was there. So that's actually kind of cool that it is an actual chocolate river. I would have never guessed that myself, and I didn't know that up until recently. So I just wanted to tell you guys that because I thought that was crazy. Now I want to talk more. Sorry. Okay. Now let's talk more about the science side of chocolate. So I don't know if you guys noticed that chocolate is pretty big for Valentine's Day, or like giving to moms for Mother's Day. And the reason is that chocolate has serotonin in it, which serotonin is picked up by one of your neurotransmitters and tells your body that you're happy, that you're feeling loved, basically. So eating chocolate can give you the same feeling as if you're feeling as though you're in love. So I think it's funny that on holidays like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, where we want to show people that we love them, that we give them a box of chocolate. Not only do they feel the love from us, but they get the chemical reaction from the chocolate in their brain. And I think that's kind of cool. Shows you how much people really do pick up on chemicals from certain things. So I do want to use this episode to kind of stemming off of chemicals and how they react in your body. I want to talk about how chocolate gives people energy too. So chocolate, when it's broken down in your body, not only does it have caffeine, but it has theobromine in it. And theobromine is one of the main chemical strands in chocolate, and it helps boost your energy. So it helps boost your brain reactivity. So there's been studies showing that people, they took a group of people and they put them in a test without chocolate, without them eating chocolate while right before the test, and then another study showing them right after, and a good amount of them ended up doing better after eating the chocolate. There was another study done about studying while eating chocolate. So one of the chemicals in chocolate also works with your neurotransmitters in your brain to help you remember things better. So there's been studies that show that people who eat a small amount of chocolate, nothing crazy guys, while studying, end up remembering more of what they're studying. I think we should all use this as an excuse to eat more chocolate while we study. Or just eat more chocolate in general. Anyways, and let's talk about working out. So people also drink chocolate milk or chocolate protein shakes after workouts or before workouts because it helps give you that energy boost which is again the caffeine and the theobromine chemicals inside the chocolate. I do suggest using, if you are trying to eat chocolate purely for health benefits, I would suggest eating darker chocolate. While milk chocolate does have these chemicals in it, it is diluted a little bit more by the amount of milk and sugar added to it. But all in all chocolates are great and all chocolates are equal, and we're not going to argue about white chocolate. It's chocolate, guys. In addition to helping boost your memory, chocolate also does help relieve stress. Again, it's a chemical thing. I think it's also like a soothing like activity, you know, like sitting down eating it's like the concept of like sitting down and eating a and drinking a glass of wine. You know, it's like sitting down and eating some bonbons or sitting down and eating a chocolate bar. It's like, in my brain, it's the equivalent of each other, where it's like it's a relaxing activity. You're taking a break, you're allowing your body to kind of relax while you eat this item. Recently, I've been writing a book about the science and history behind chocolate, which it's hopefully going to be published by the end of this year. I'm pretty sure I've said it in one of my videos already. If not, hey guys, I'm writing a book and hopefully it's going to be published by the end of the year. And guess what? It's about chocolate. Exciting stuff. So yeah, I want to take some time to talk about kind of what's in the book, and I break down like some of these, the way some of the chemicals in chocolate reacts with your brain, and 2, some of the reasons why chocolate isn't necessarily unhealthy for you. 3, how to make chocolate, of course. And then 4, the history of how we got chocolate now. Crazy how far chocolate has come from what chocolate originally was. At one point, chocolate was used as currency in trade. So that money actually did grow on trees at one point. Then, you know, when it went to Europe, and then European countries kind of started freaking out about it more, and then it coming to America and people consuming it, and then it becoming a bigger thing. Which, funny thing is, chocolate actually became what we know it now because of condensed milk, and condensed milk was originally made for originally made from a company that made breast milk powder, like a breastfeeding powder for babies. And then this company went over to them and was like, hey, can we take that powder that you have and break it down, like put it into our broken down chocolate, and see if we can make a like more delightable chocolate to consume? And it worked. And then from there, it went to condensed milk in chocolate. It just expanded like crazy, and now we have chocolate everywhere. It's crazy how much chocolate people actually eat. And it's crazy because it takes like 3 years for the cacao pods to grow on trees. And then, you know, we're eating so much chocolate every year, and it takes like 400 beans, not pods, sorry, 400 beans to make like a pound of chocolate. Obviously, like after that pound of chocolate, it can be diluted into milk chocolate, it being put into other things, taking the cocoa solids and making it into like chocolate milk powders and stuff like that, and cocoa powder and all that stuff. So obviously it's so much more abstract than just being like, these 400 pods makes this 1 pound of chocolate. But I mean, it's basically it. right? Before we add anything else and before we do anything else with it. I do suggest, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about the flavor components of chocolate, go out and find some cocoa nibs. Maybe I'll do a bark with cocoa nibs. Go out, find some cocoa nibs. Then take some cocoa powder and a regular like bar of milk chocolate, and that will help you. Well, I would say do a dark chocolate and milk chocolate. That will help you see kind of the process of how chocolate, like what the different flavor components are. So the cocoa nibs are the cocoa beans being ground down, and it's like that's literally little chunks of the beans, and then from there it's pressed down, separating the fats from inside the beans and the solids. So that's how we get like cocoa butter, and then the cocoa butter with more milk and more sugar makes white chocolate. And then the cocoa solids is basically what we turn into cocoa powder. So when they're separated, then you have like a cocoa liquor type of thing and cocoa butter. Then you take your recipe, so to speak, for what type of chocolate you want to make, and then you put in X amount of your cocoa solids, X amount of your cocoa butter, and then you take your flavorings, like if you want to put some vanilla and stuff in there, then you put in whatever milks and stuff you're going to put in there, and then you make chocolate. It's pretty simple. I do want to do a study, a experiment project. Maybe I'll record it when I do it. I'm going to work on ordering some cacao pods so that I could do a project on the flavor profile of the beans being broken down at different temperatures. I want to see how much the flavor affects the flavor is affected by how long they're roasted for after the entire drying out process. And then maybe I'm gonna make my own chocolate from scratch. Yeah, exciting things, guys. So I think that's all for today. I hope you guys liked what I felt like talking about. Of course, if there's anything else you'd like to add, you'd like me to add, you can always comment on this video, and I'll try to inform you guys about your comments and any suggestions. Of course, questions, always, please. And I can't wait to see you guys. Till next time.